Welcome back to the Chattable podcast, where enrich vocabulary and speak English with pride.
Glad to be here for this one.
So imagine you're walking confidently toward what you think is an open doorway.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
And suddenly, you smash face first into a perfectly clean, totally invisible glass door.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, that's the worst.
Right. It's that feeling of instant, unexpected defeat. And, well, there's actually a specific English phrase for that exact feeling.
There is.
So in this episode, we are pulling from a really fascinating stack of linguistic research and cultural history articles.
And some everyday language guides, too.
Exactly. Our mission today is to master two very vivid English expressions that native speakers rely on all the time when things just go horribly wrong.
And, to truly sound natural when you use these idioms, just knowing the dictionary definition isn't quite enough.
Right. You need the background.
Yeah, you really need to understand the physical history hiding inside these words.
The hidden stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because once you see the ancient superstitions and the sports rules that actually created these phrases, you'll know instinctively when to use them.
And, maybe more importantly, when to avoid using them completely.
Very true.
So we're starting with the most extreme version of things going wrong. Based on our language guides, we're talking about a time when bad luck strikes you instantly.
Like zero warning signs.
None at all. The phrase is sucker punch, or in everyday conversation, we usually say getting sucker punched.
Right. And by definition, a sucker punch is a harsh, completely unexpected blow.
It just hits you out of nowhere.
Exactly. It's a piece of terrible news or a sudden shock. You're just simply going about your day, totally unprepared for any kind of conflict.
And then disaster strikes.
Yeah.
Well, the sports history articles in our stack really illuminate why this phrase carries so much emotional weight. It comes straight from the rules of the boxing ring.
Yes. The literal punch.
Right. So imagine two professional fighters. Normally, they're facing each other, their gloves are up, and they're fully prepared to trade blows.
Both athletes know exactly what they signed up for.
But a sucker punch breaks all those rules of engagement.
It really does. It's an illegal, completely unfair punch. Usually thrown when the other fighter is looking away.
Or talking to the referee, maybe?
Right. Or just otherwise distracted. And the mechanics of the human body make this incredibly dangerous.
Because the brain literally hasn't told the body to prepare for an impact, right?
Precisely. You see, when a boxer sees a punch coming, their brain instinctively tenses their neck and jaw muscles to absorb the shock.
They brace themselves.
Yeah, they brace for it. But if you don't see the punch coming, your muscles stay completely relaxed.
Wow, so you just take the full force?
You can't block it, and you can't brace for it. That total lack of physical preparation means the sudden blow knocks you down instantly.
You're defeated before you even realize you're in a fight. It's that complete lack of preparation that causes the real damage. It goes right back to that analogy of walking into a clean glass door.
That's a perfect comparison, actually.
You don't put your hands up to protect your face because you firmly believe the path is clear.
Right.
So how does this translate from a boxing ring into our normal, modern conversations?
Well, we use it to describe those moments in everyday life that completely blindside us.
Those situations that hit us by surprise.
Yeah, and leave us feeling helpless or defeated. Think about a normal health issue, like a severe virus. Our source notes highlight a great example involving a mother during flu season.
Oh, right, the daycare scenario.
That's the one.
So she has young boys who are constantly bringing home germs from school, and one minute she's feeling completely fine. She's making dinner, managing the house.
Doing her normal routine.
And then, within an hour, she gets sucker punched by a terrible flu virus. She couldn't even get out of bed for a full day.
Notice how she didn't slowly get a cough over 3 days.
Right. No warning.
The illness just knocked her flat. Exactly like the distracted boxer.
That makes total sense. And there's another powerful example from our cultural articles that involves the corporate world.
Let's look at the story of Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel's story is a tough one. She was working for a company that appeared to be thriving.
Sales were up, right?
Sales were up. Her boss was praising her work. Everyone in the office seemed really happy. And then on a random Thursday afternoon, she gets a sudden layoff notice.
It's out of the blue.
Her job was eliminated immediately with zero warning.
Because she had every reason to believe her job was secure, that layoff notice felt like a total sucker punch.
It completely knocked the wind out of her career plans.
It did. And you can also apply this phrase to incredibly frustrating everyday inconveniences.
Like what?
Picture driving down the highway. Your car sounds fine, the weather's beautiful, and suddenly the engine completely dies.
Oh, no.
You're just suddenly stranded on the side of the road. You got sucker punched by mechanical failure.
Okay. I want to test the boundaries of this phrase based on our linguistics research.
Let's do it.
The phrase implies that you are the victim of a totally unfair situation. So let's imagine a college student.
Okay.
This student decides to skip studying for a massive final exam for an entire week. They choose to play video games instead.
I see where this is going.
They take the exam, and unsurprisingly, they fail. Can the student tell their friends that the failing grade sucker punched them?
No, absolutely not.
Really? Why not?
If you use the phrase sucker punch in that situation, a native English speaker will immediately think you're refusing to take responsibility for your own actions.
Because there's no surprise involved.
Exactly.
The student was the architect of their own failure.
Right. The strict rule of this idiom is that you cannot use it if you had plenty of warning or if the outcome is highly predictable.
Failing a test after ignoring your textbooks for a week is the natural consequence of your actions.
You can see that bad grade coming from a mile away. You weren't surprised, you were just unprepared by choice.
That's a crucial boundary to remember. A true sucker punch must be a complete, unavoidable surprise.
Yep.
If you caused the problem yourself, or if there were obvious warning signs that you chose to ignore, you didn't get sucker punched. You just tripped over your own feet.
Which is actually a perfect way to introduce our next concept.
So a sucker punch is all about getting blindsided when you thought everything was going perfectly fine.
Exactly.
But what about when a situation seems cursed from the very first second? Like when the disaster doesn't interrupt your day, it actually starts it.
That brings us to our second expression. It's an incredibly common phrase used for new beginnings that immediately go wrong.
And that phrase is start off on the wrong foot.
Yes.
This phrase means to begin a new day, a new job, a new school year, or even a brand new relationship with annoying mistakes, bad luck, or misunderstandings.
But before we explore the history, let's establish the grammar rule from our language guides.
Oh yes, this is important.
This is a vital tip for anyone looking to sound completely natural in English. Native speakers always say the wrong foot.
Start off on the wrong foot.
We never say start off on a bad foot. The phrasing is fixed.
The wrong foot. It's such an interesting image.
It really is.
When you stop and think about it literally, what makes one of our feet wrong?
The etymology articles in our stack dive deep into this, and the origins are completely fascinating.
It turns out this phrase is a mix of ancient superstitions and military discipline.
Let's unpack the ancient Roman side first.
Okay, let's hear it.
The Romans were deeply superstitious people, particularly when it came to the left and right sides of the body, or just the left and right sides of nature in general.
Right.
They believed that the right side was favorable and lucky, while the left side was inherently evil or unlucky.
The linguistic connection here is actually mind-blowing to me.
Oh, the Latin root.
Yes. The Latin word for left is actually sinister. Today, in modern English, we use the word sinister to describe something evil or threatening. But back then, it literally just meant left.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that Roman belief in the sinister left side impacted how they built their homes and really how they moved through the world.
How so?
They believed that the threshold of a doorway was a magical boundary. If you crossed that doorway into a home with your left foot first, you were bringing evil luck into the house.
Wow.
Your entire visit would be cursed.
So you would literally ruin the vibe of the dinner party just by stepping into the dining room with your left foot.
Exactly. So in ancient Rome, the left foot was quite literally the wrong foot.
It was a serious social faux pas.
It was. But the history of this phrase doesn't stop with ancient superstitions.
Right. Our research stack also points to military history from later centuries. And this is where the modern rhythm of the phrase was really cemented.
Yeah, because in military training, armies need massive rows of soldiers to march together perfectly.
But the military rule is actually the exact opposite of the Roman superstition.
That's the funny part.
Soldiers were strictly required to start marching forward using their left foot.
Right. When the commanding officer shouted the order to march, every single soldier had to step off with the left foot simultaneously.
Imagine the pure chaos if they didn't.
Oh, a total mess.
If one soldier in the middle of a tight formation stepped forward with their opposite foot, the right foot, they would instantly be out of sync with everyone else.
They would completely break the rhythm of the entire row.
They'd end up bumping shoulders, stepping on the boots of the person next to them. The whole formation would look completely uncoordinated.
So, in the military context, the right foot was the wrong foot to start with.
The historical reasons are totally different, but the end result is exactly the same.
Yep. Whether you're bringing an ancient Roman curse into a living room or causing a traffic jam in a military parade, stepping with the wrong foot ruins the experience from the very first second.
So today, starting on the wrong foot simply means your initial steps into any new experience are clumsy, uncoordinated, or just filled with bad luck.
Let's bring this out of the history books and into the modern world.
Good idea. We have some everyday applications from our sources. There's a great scenario involving a high school student.
Okay, set the scene.
It's orientation day at his brand new school. He's nervous, he's excited, but his day starts off on the wrong foot immediately.
What happens?
He sits down in the cafeteria for his very first lunch, opens his lunchbox, and realizes he forgot to pack a spoon for his soup.
Oh, man. That is a highly annoying, clumsy start to the day.
And the bad luck compounds. He eventually leaves the cafeteria to head to his first official meeting across campus, and the campus shuttle experiences a 20-minute mechanical delay.
So let me guess. He's hungry, he's stressed, and he's walking into his very first classroom late.
Exactly. He really started the school year off on the wrong foot.
It's a perfect storm of minor disasters right at the very beginning of the school year.
Do we have another example?
We do. Our corporate sources offer another painfully relatable situation. Let's talk about Oliver.
What did Oliver do?
Well, Oliver just landed a fantastic new position at a marketing firm, and it is his very first morning in the office.
The pressure is really on to make a good impression.
Exactly. He's sitting in the conference room for his very first morning meeting with his new manager.
Okay.
He reaches across the table to grab a pen. His sleeve catches his mug, and he accidentally spills his hot, sticky coffee all over his new manager's desk.
Oh, no. Just a complete nightmare scenario for day one.
Yeah, Oliver definitely started his new job off on the wrong foot. I mean, he almost certainly didn't get fired over his spilled coffee, but that first impression was remarkably clumsy.
He introduced a huge amount of awkwardness into the relationship before they even had a chance to review his actual work.
He really did.
So let's look at the boundaries of this phrase, too. Just like the sucker punch, starting off on the wrong foot has a very strict timeline.
It does.
I have a scenario for you. Imagine a woman named Sophia.
Okay, Sophia.
Sophia has been working at her tech company for 5 whole years. She's a senior team member, she knows everyone, and she's highly respected.
Sounds like she's doing great.
But one Tuesday afternoon, she gets into a massive shouting argument with a coworker over a project deadline.
Yikes.
Did Sophia and her coworker just get off on the wrong foot?
No, they didn't. You cannot use the idiom start off on the wrong foot to describe Sophia's argument.
Why not?
It completely violates the rules of the phrase.
Because of the timeline. The argument is definitely a bad thing, but she's been there for half a decade.
Exactly. The phrase is strictly reserved for the absolute beginning of an experience.
Right.
It's for day one of the new job, the first 10 minutes of a blind date, or the first week of a new school year. If a situation is already well underway, or if you're halfway through a project, you simply cannot use this idiom.
Because you can only step through a doorway for the first time once.
Right.
You can only take your very first marching step once.
Yeah.
The clumsy mistake has to happen at the starting line, not at the halfway mark.
That perfectly summarizes the rule. A 5-year working relationship has a massive foundation of history.
So a sudden argument in year 5 is a conflict. Maybe even a sucker punch if it came completely out of nowhere.
Yes. But it isn't starting off on the wrong foot.
Context really is absolutely everything when you want to speak English naturally.
It really is.
So, if we synthesize everything we've pulled from our research stack in this episode, you use the phrase sucker punch for a total, unavoidable surprise that knocks you down when you aren't looking.
You didn't cause it and you had no way of seeing it coming.
And you use start off on the wrong foot for a clumsy, uncoordinated, or unlucky beginning to a brand new situation or relationship.
Yep. If you can remember the image of the distracted boxer getting knocked down for the sucker punch, and the image of taking a clumsy, cursed first step into a Roman doorway for the wrong foot, you will always know exactly when to use these phrases.
That's incredibly helpful.
You know, looking at the bigger picture we've uncovered today, it's just fascinating to consider how deeply our everyday modern English is shaped by physical actions from the past.
It really is wild when you think about it.
We use words born from the brutal mechanics of a boxing ring, and phrases born from ancient superstitions about which foot crosses a threshold. Our daily conversations are completely full of this hidden history.
Hidden in plain sight.
Exactly. And it leaves you with an interesting thought to explore on your own. As you go about your week, listening to native speakers, ask yourself how many other ancient superstitions or physical rules of survival might be hiding in the everyday words you use without you even realizing it.